Hello
Welcome,
to
ILBI.
Chats.
It's ILBI Talks.
Hello! My name is Matt Cundler. I am here with my partner in low brass related criminal activity. Akshat, how are you
hmm
doing today?
Oh, I'm doing great. How are you doing, Matt?
I'm great. I knocked a few things off my to-do list
Mm.
today, so if I'm a good boy for the next few hours, I might get to sleep tonight.
Hey, that's the dream right there.
Wonderful. Well, we thought we'd just spend this Monday of ILBI Talks, just catching up and talking about what we've been doing. We've both been really busy with personal projects, other organizations, things in, around, and associated with the state of Illinois.
hmm
So I'm just gonna let my good friend speak for a little bit. What you been up to?
Well, we haven't talked in a minute. It's it's been what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe.
I think 2.5 weeks. Two and a half
Okay,
weeks. Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I've been. I don't know. It's been the weather's been getting better in Chicago. I've been, the teaching grind's been great. I've been going and teaching in person a little bit here and there. Um, It's been nice going into real rooms and playing the tuba, which I know you've been like, you've had access to a recital
Hmm.
space and stuff, which I've been envious of all year. Because basically I've gotten into a real room maybe 4 times, 5 times
Hmm.
with my tubas
Hmm.
this year. Um, Chicago Freedom Ensemble's been busy. Tsge, Tuba Euphonium Social Justice Initiative has been busy, and yeah, that's the short version. What have you been up to, Matt?
I've been doing. I mean, my as you alluded to, I teach in person at my university. Go Crusaders! We've been in the thick of senior recital season. We've had 3 out of 4 senior recitals from my studio thus far, and they've been really inspiring. Great work. We've had a lot of chamber music. I do regular chamber music coachings for those groups. And now we've got a little grace period in which our last senior recital isn't for a few weeks, but we are preparing for the tuba ensemble to record a piece for the virtual tuba euphonium conference, sponsored by the International Tuba Euphonium Conference. They're going to play an arrangement I did of Brahms's Intermezzo, Opus 118 number 2, really beautiful piece, and I'm going to be playing Jose Flores' Euphonium Concerto as part of a solo recital. Um, but now, actually, I just get to start focusing on that because I just recorded the music and portion for my lecture recital. I'll be defending my stuff this next Monday. So next ILBI chat, ILBI talk. Excuse me, how rude am I to get our own name wrong? The next talks, Matt Cundler might be a doctor, um,
Woo!
ready to give all the tuba prescriptions you possibly could ask for.
We're gonna have to
That
celebrate.
yeah, yeah, we'll have to. We should do a celebration stream. Just plan it, just in case things go well. But other than that, I've been doing a lot of work with the Tubi Phonium Charity Series. Um, we've gotten into a nice groove of things, and I'm really proud of the work that organization has done. We've raised around 3 grand for a few organizations that I'm really passionate about, and yeah, I'm really happy with the work I'm doing. The next step is to be happy with the work I'm doing and my sleep schedule.
For sure, I feel you on that. Talk to me about some of these fundraising projects you've been doing, and where's some of that money been going to?
Certainly. So we hold events and they're totally free. But we offer the chance that we highlight an organization, a charitable organization, for each event. And if you're so kind, you can give a donation to them. We don't take any money. We're filing to be a nonprofit very soon. We actually have some announcements that will help fund donations in more constant thing other than just for events. But basically, we advertise an event. We hope it's a big deal. People come, and hopefully they're able to either speak with their parents to talk about donating a small bit. We gave about a sizable chunk of money to the Lift Music project. That was our first thing. I should also say that this is not just my organization. I'm a founder, but I'm also joined by Nick Belchev of the Dallas Winds and Juan Enrique Alonso. He's the teaching assistant at the Eastman School of Music. And we started this because we were supposed to share a recital at the Midwest 2 Euphonium Conference in Kentucky. That got canceled. And then last fall, we was like, why don't we just do it anyway? It's not, we don't have anything going. So we thought about doing that, and we thought about what, all of us are very thoughtful in that we rarely program things just for the fun of it. We like to have some sort of intention behind it. So I thought about doing this event for a charity, and then we thought, what about it's a whole organization that's been in running. We did a mental wellness event with my fiance Suzanne Segrito and Jarrett McCord of the Winnipeg Symphony, and a chamber music event with the Alias Brass Company and my mentor Charles Villarubia. And we actually have an event to be announced real soon. So that's that. I talked for a long time. My gosh.
Where can people find out more information about this?
Yeah, we're on Instagram, Facebook. Instagram is at TE Charity Series, Facebook 2 Euphonium Charity Series, or TECharitySeries.com. We've got some interactive things. We post a musical menu every Monday, a little 8-bar phrase from a piece of music. That's kind of the theme for the week. This week is the Strauss Oboe Concerto, first 8 measures of that. And I think it sounds like ice cream. So it's just very cool, collected, kind of sweet. It's nice, and so play.
What flavor of ice cream?
I think it's pretty from vanilla, not in a bad way. I think an elevated vanilla can be a delicious ice cream, but it's just it's just cool. It's it's confident. It's got some.
How are we eating it? Like in a bowl, or is it
bowl? We'll do in bowl. I didn't. There's no cone analogy here. If you're asking that, well, here. Let's, before we segue into talking about some of the great things you've been doing with the organizations you mentioned, let's just dive into it. Stranded on a desert island. But you can have any ice cream you want. Give me the whole aesthetic of your dream ice cream.
Chocolate fudge brownie from Ben & Jerry's. And some like wafer spoons to eat it with.
Nice. I'm going to have 2 answers because I have an ice cream order that exists, and it is... I'd probably like at least 6% this ice cream order at this point for how frequently I have it when I'm in the state of Illinois. Oberweiss's peanut butter sundae.
Oh, I love Oberweiss.
I eat it, and I'm no longer useful the rest of the day. It's just the most delicious cement you could ever ingest. If I was making my own here in Texas, we have a lot of ice cream companies that make great flavors. Then you do a lot of customization. Amy's Ice Cream is a great one. They one time had what was called campfire flavor, which was coconut, cinnamon, basically s'mores on top of that chocolate ice cream with marshmallow swirls, and I put some Heath Bar in that. Heath Bar's like my go-to add-in for this kind of stuff.
Yeah, you totally beat me on that answer.
Yeah, you're right. And as the winner, I get to ask the next question. Tell us a little bit about what Tsge, the 2 Euphonium Social Justice Initiative, is up to.
I am a cog in the machine of Tsge at this point, and not to say that Tsge is a machine, but we have a large base of both our executive membership and volunteers, and so as far as what I'm involved in, I've been helping with some of the just budgeting and also applying for different statuses as far as getting not just nonprofit status. We don't have 501c3 yet, but we have nonprofit status in the state of Illinois, plus all the kind of tracking that goes along with that, which is fun, and it's been a learning curve, admittedly, but it's a good role for me, and it's starting to grow into where I'm starting to maybe get some volunteers going, and I'm starting to oversee grant writing, and I'm starting to oversee like just how steering the ship a little bit more than anything else. There's also been an ongoing, there's a resource committee that I've been involved with a little bit, headed by Hope Arya, and she's been doing an amazing job. The volunteer team that we have is really great, and I've been just kind of dipping in here and there a little bit. I do have an arrangement that's due at some point soon.
I'm familiar with that feeling.
Possibly a few days ago, and I will be getting to that if anybody's watching.
I'm familiar with that feeling.
But it's, like with anything else, I'm sure you can relate. When we're starting to juggle not only a lot of different professional responsibilities, but also a lot of extracurricular and volunteer and passion project responsibilities that are, it's like one thing to start a brass quintet to do some gigs in grad school. It's a whole other thing to try to run a nonprofit organization, and then do something like ILBI with you you and I here, and Katie, if Katie's still watching, Katie Hickey said hi in the chat on YouTube. Shout out to Katie Hickey. And yeah, it's just a lot. You learn. You kind of have. It's a huge learning curve, and it's. But I'm really happy to be doing it. It's fun.
Can you? I think this could be a fun question, and I apologize for having all of the questions so far. What is the last significant thing you felt like you took time to learn in terms of, it could be your job, it could be music, it could be anything. What was the last major educational moment for you?
For me, I think the biggest thing I've done over the last year is learn the audio engineering side of things.
You're doing a lot of stuff, and I know another organization we can certainly shout out is the Fifth Wave Ensemble.
Yeah, Fifth Wave
Collective. Chats. Yeah, got it. Fifth Wave Talks. It's my favorite.
Fifth Wave Collective is great. Fifth Wave got started. I was still in grad school at DePaul. I think a handful of or most of Fifth Wave met before they got to Chicago, or through organizations like Civic Orchestra or other schools like DePaul, Northwestern, Roosevelt, to name a few. And they program all women composers, and they have since the beginning, and they've got just a great leadership team that I respect just completely. It's always an honor and a privilege to work with them. Ashley Ertz and Gordon Dowler-Wellman, clarinet player. I forget all their roles specifically. I'm sorry, Fifth Wave. Ellie Kirk, Rebecca McDaniels. I'm getting some of these names, I think, right. I'm horrible at names. I'm always horrible at names.
Yeah,
anyway,
I
they've
know.
been great. I did a recording project with them a few weeks ago now, and kind of mix some solo rep and electronics. It was a good time.
Yeah, Ashley Ertz, she was a judge in a call for scores that I organized about 2 years ago. And she judged the duet category, I believe, of this call for scores. Just a very professional, eloquent, human being as well as musician and artist. So the organization I've always seen them around, and I've never been able to make it out to a live event. But anytime I see a social media post or some genuine piece of content for them, it always it's something you want to stop and check out. It's not the like Friends recital you're gonna watch a few seconds in to tell him a good job. This is a you sit down and you recognize, game recognizes game. In that, that's really cool.
It's a cool arena to be in.
Yeah, I think the last, I guess I should say one of the significant things I spent some time learning is the streaming thing, understanding how to work OBS and audio on a computer and things like that. I learned. I would probably say the thing I learned the most is to I'm gonna say this might sound weird. Trick my students into doing what I want them to do, without explicitly telling. I'm someone who loves details, so I like to talk a lot in lessons and explain things, and we play a lot, but I've gotten better at getting them to do something, to inhibit some technical or musical response, and then they just go along with their day doing it. And it saves like 10, 15 minutes from me and my verboseness.
Yeah, for sure.
So I love that level of trickery. That was something my past teacher Rex Martin would say in podcasts and stuff like that. Is the best teacher is one that is doing things when you don't know they're doing things. And I was like, and when he said that, I went back and like, what happened? What happened that first year at Northwestern? What did he trick me into doing? So interesting things to think about. Yeah, wonderful. What do you have coming up?
Ooh.
Besides that arrangement that you're definitely going to get done in time.
I'm definitely going to get it done in time. It's going to happen in the next 3 days. At least it's the plan. I have... We've been doing these weekly jam sessions with Chicago Freedom Ensemble. Now that things are starting to open up, and yes, Chicago numbers are a little iffy, to say the least, but for us, most of us, at least on the CFE side, are close to, if not vaccinated already fully, or we're feeling comfortable enough and it's isolated enough where we can go in and we have some live music opportunity to play originals played from members of the ensemble, or just playing some tunes and straight ahead tunes, and being in that live music vibe again is just a lot of fun, honestly. And like you were saying, just going to and sitting at a bar outside or something, like it's just like it's such a novel experience now. We've been out of it for such a long time. But that's kind of coming up. Those are on Wednesday nights in Rogers Park. Kind of almost up in.
Do you live stream them?
We were doing a live stream series for a few months there, kind of on and off, where we take a month on, a month off, just because of the production side of it. It's a large kind of thing to drag along. So we were doing some live streams, and now we're doing more. We're just more focusing on the in-person environment as much as we can, when we can. Also, with the weather getting nicer, we've started to show up to actions around the city again, and we're working alongside organizers to provide music and provide, also a lot of like improvisatory reactions and support music to chants that happen within the crowd, and it's been a really humbling experience, and also just seeing a lot of the speakers that end up speaking at these actions around town are just really inspirational. Really, the experiences that they've had I can't necessarily say I relate to them, but it's eye-opening and educational to experiences that I can't relate to when I hear it from someone that was previously incarcerated, or I hear it from someone that's been a victim of police brutality directly. That's been huge for me over the course of the year with Chicago Freedom Ensemble, and more of being involved in the social fabric of the city and the neighborhood fabric of the city, rather than just existing in my community by myself.
I love that. I think that's fantastic. It's always touching when you start to understand when you're a musician in a community, when you stop just being a musician in the community, you start being a member of the community. I think that's really fantastic. There's when I first moved to Austin, I started busking on the street because I thought it was fun. But in reality, it was like, you're the soundtrack to X Street or something like that. How does that soundtrack change? How reflective are you of the times? And I think the more in tune we are with our city, the more the audience is in tune with us, and I think that's really important.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Um, I have a question.
Say more.
It's not the same topic whatsoever. Are you ready? If you could have someone else's inner voice in your head for a day,
Mm-hmm.
they can't be famous, like household name famous. They can't be household name famous.
Oh, okay, so any musician or any lowbrow, fantastic.
Any musician starts there. Let's go with any lowbrow.
Yeah, so, yeah, that's that's hilarious. That was something in the Blues Brothers. There's a famous moment where they go to this old lady's house trying to find a bandmate, and she's got two pictures on her wall: the Pope and Frank Sinatra. Like those are household names to me.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, they just can't be they can't be celebrities, or famous. Who would it be and why?
Huh. Inside.
And while you think of that, I'm gonna grab something real quick.
Oh, please. Excitement. Well, now that I am the sole contributor to this chat other than Akshat's background, I'm going to think that I would like to have in the back of my head on a daily basis I'm gonna give two very personal answers. I think one of them would be my my uncle. He's hilarious, and I genuinely think he has he compassionately has my interests at heart and things like that. And he's done a lot.
That's
He's
cool.
he's a physician. Well, I actually don't think he practices. I don't know what his job is, but it's medicine adjacent. But he's also
Cool.
written books on gay men's health, on personal stories that are very personal. Well, he was a Boy Scout, and now he's starting to write mysteries under an alias. He's a jack of all trades. He was on Sesame Street when I was young, and I saw that and showed it to all of my friends. And I just think he's someone who's important to me, and I think if he was in the back of my head, it would be a very productive and great day. The other answer.
That's a great answer.
Yeah, you didn't think that was coming.
He was on Sesame Street. That's
he was
cool.
on Sesame Street. Yeah, I'll send you the link after. He's on TV a lot. I guess he's certainly more famous than most of the people I was thinking about it at certain points in time. But the other thing is a friend of mine who I was introduced to through my fiance. He's the husband of one of her childhood best friends. His name's Blaze Adams, and he's just the kindest human being I've ever met. He's just very charismatic. He when he says thank you, it's like an angel flutters into the room. It's like a beautiful. He's just a very genuine, kind person. I think if he was in the back of my head, I would have to stop being so sarcastic and maybe be a little bit more like him.
Sure.
Yourself.
It's a hard one. Why did I ask that question?
I don't know. I don't know why you weren't thinking about it while you were grabbing that. Is it a deck of cards?
It is a deck of cards.
Wonderful.
We'll get to it in a second.
Stay tuned, folks.
Yeah, the two people watching us right now. Hello. I think one of them is my video watching the screen. I don't know if someone else is watching, so if you want to say hello in the chat.
I don't watch these things.
It'd be nice to know who's watching. Either way. Yeah, I don't really have an answer. I'm sorry.
There's an adage. Teachers should not ask their students to do what they cannot.
Sure, but you're not my student. I'm
I
not
guess
your
that's
teacher.
I guess that's a good point. Well, let me phrase it like this: you shouldn't ask the questions. This is a quote. Don't ask the questions you don't want the answers to.
Yeah, that's fair.
What's that from? That's from something, right?
Byron Hansen. Do you know Byron Hansen?
I don't think I do.
He was part of Interlocken's fiber. He was an orchestra director. He was a pianist and accompanist. He was involved in the school for 50 something years probably, or more. I can't remember exactly how long. He passed away recently. I remember he was the first pianist, or not the first pianist at Interlochen I played with. I'd worked with a couple of pianists before that in early high school that really kind of helped me get my start. But then while I'm at Interlochen, I was playing my first juries, and Byron was my accompanist. I played the Von Williams for the first time on F-tuba with him. I learned more. I learned just as much from him in rehearsals, looking at those pieces than I did in lessons and in rehearsals with the orchestra directors there. And he was just everywhere. He was just an incredible person. That
is a great answer as well. I want to you speaking about that made me think about a man who really inspired me when I was an undergraduate at the University of Alabama. His name's John Roberts. He is the director of the South Side School of Music. He's in Boston. I think he also is a collaborative pianist for a university within the New England area. I'm sorry, I can't remember. But my senior year, I was making a Falcone tape. For those watching Falcone, we refer to as the Falcone International Tuba and Euphonium Competition and Festival that's held at Blue Lake, Michigan every summer. And so I was a senior in high school. I was making a young artist tape, and I was getting ready to attend the University of Alabama, and so I asked Demandre if he had a pianist that I could work with, and he recommended John Roberts. He says he plays for all my students. He's fantastic, and we were playing the Philip Spark Fantasy for Euphonium, really great piece. And he started playing this, and I had heard it before. I had heard some band versions and things like that. And literally, it was the piano had a sound that was just unreal. I literally you heard it and you're like, that I know what a piano sounds like. You hear this guy play and it's like that the piano sounds like that some of the time. It was beautiful. He was just so elegant and musical while he was collaborating with me, and I had never heard someone. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to find people that incredibly musical playing with high school students to begin with. He was probably the reason why I advanced, is he just sounded so good. They probably ignored me in the tape, and then he stayed. He was a DMA student in piano. He stayed. I think he was there for my first 2 years there, and I played with him a lot. He taught ear training, and he was just a consummate professional. He showed up to every rehearsal knowing more about the piece than I did. Just an inspiring guy. He's like you're talking about Fifth Wave. He puts out little pieces of content. He does podcasts with his very young piano students time to time, and other pieces of content for this conservatory. And I stop and watch all of them because I just think he's a very thoughtful musician.
That's cool. All right, you wondering about this card still?
The entire time I was telling that story. Okay.
The game's called No Wrong Answers. What ultra-specific skill would you bring to a heist?
You're telling me you found him playing isn't heist material? Distract the guards. Distract the guards outside. Just,
Sure.
hey fellas, boop, boop, ba-doop, boop. No, I would like to be the guy who hacks into the computers or something like that. I just feel like that guy is like,
You're gonna be the tech dude.
yeah, well, he's safe. He's not getting shot. If they don't do
Sure.
if they couldn't do it without him. It's the next level stuff, and he just like no matter what happens, he's just like, yeah, give me a second, fixed. I would like to have that level of resourcefulness. As I was saying before, my main thing is figuring out how to just stream live. I think I'm a couple chapters short of the heist chapter.
Sure. All right. I would be the getaway driver.
Getaway driver. That's a good one.
Yeah, I would definitely be the getaway.
Have you seen Baby Driver?
No.
It's a movie about a
getaway driver.
Yeah, it's really cool. It doesn't say it's not about babies. It's I thought it was when we went to Suzanne and I went to a drive-in theater where it was like a scary movie and then Baby Driver. I'm like, perfect. I'm gonna need to watch something silly after being scared from behind my hands watching the scary movie. And it was a great movie. I was so surprised. I went there thinking we were gonna leave halfway through it. Great movie.
All right, one or two more.
Let's hope to do two more unless I break off into too many anecdotes in the next one.
There was a mix-up with a well-meaning genie. Which of these unintended side effects would you rather have? A. Only remember people's middle name. B. Shoes are always slippery. And C. Can't see a movie without asking constantly, wait, who is that?
I like how the genie system in 2021 is just as reliable as Amazon fulfillment.
Yep, for sure.
It's like this isn't my lamp. I'd be down to have slippery shoes. I kind of like that, to be fair. Like just like you walk a few feet and then you just like do like a tiny slide. It's kind of cool. I feel like I'm the childish sort that won't get tired of that.
I'm definitely C, because I already do that. So like, why not?
Well, I don't even remember what C was.
Can't see a movie without asking constantly, wait, who is that?
Oh, I knew you were the worst.
Yep. Sorry, everybody.
Hit me with one more question, and then we'll get these good people out to
I
the
don't
rest
want
of their
these
evening.
multiple answer ones. That's another one. There we go. You work at a haunted mansion, and it's time for the office holiday party. You get your boss, Dracula, for Secret Santa. Again. What gift, under $25, do you get him?
I mean, same gift I would get anyone: $20 Amazon gift card.
And you keep the 20? Do you keep the 5?
I mean,
whatever, 25.
Yeah. No, that's a cheap answer. I would get him, a new, a non-dark colored shirt.
Non-dark color.
Yeah, because your Dracula is always like dark red, black, that type
yeah.
of thing. I want the fella to have like a light blue for those summer evenings that he's out on the prowl.
Sure.
What do you get in Dracula?
I'm gonna get him a smartphone tripod, like Amazon Basics, and it like breaks after it's like the third time you try to snap the phone in the mount, and you have to buy a new one. True story. I had to do that.
So you're anti Dracula. Fantastic.
Yeah.
What do you have
he's
to
like,
do?
I mean, he seems creepy. I don't know.
Oh, fair enough. I think I guess you're right. There's not necessarily a lot of good clout around Dracula these days. I don't know. Good game.
Well, with that,
with the overwhelming negative clout around Dracula,
we hope everybody had a good time watching this. If you made it this far, we really appreciate it. If you actually made it this far, DM either the ILBI Instagram, it's IL_Lowbrass Institute, or message us on Facebook and say, hey, I got to the end of your April 12th ILBI talks, and we will send you a personalized recording of us playing a B flat major scale.
If I get them right this time.
I mean, you better.
I don't know. My students are affecting my sense of tonality. I keep hearing E naturals, man. They don't even know. They don't even know.
The amount of times I have to be like, hey, so what key signature is it again? Oh yeah, we don't have E flats. We have E naturals. It's F major.
It's at the end of the year, it's the time where students are auditioning for whatever band they're going to be. It's tons of scales, tons of that stuff, and tons of very interesting decisions around the fourth or fifth note of any key. Wonderful. Yeah, well, it's fantastic to be back in the saddle, to be in front, and to be spending a Monday evening with you, Akshat. So stay tuned.
You too.
ILBI will be back in full force before you know it, and we can't wait to see you next Monday. Have a beautiful evening.
Take care.
Toot toot. Remember when I did that one time?